There are reports of violent demonstrations at Foxconn's biggest plant in China. Tensions are boiling since last month over tough restrictions put in place at the plant to quash a COVID-19 outbreak. And they have ended in the rare instance of violence at the plant in the central city of Zhengzhou. Now the campus is home to the world's largest iPhone factory, where many chanted, "Give us our pay." Reports say that hundreds of workers at the Foxconn Technology Group plant streamed out of their dormitories in the early hours today and clashed with the security personnel. The workers also vastly outnumbered the guards. The demonstrations started overnight over unpaid wages and fears of spreading infection. Several workers were injured and anti-riot police also arrived on the scene to restore the order. Now, the latest clash also reflects a build-up of tension since the lockdown began in October. The workers are frustrated as many among them have been plunged into isolation and even forced to subsist on very little meals. Many eventually fled the plant on foot last month. Foxconn and the local government have tried to control the situation by offering bonuses and other perks to the workers who are willing to work at the plant. Now, the Chinese government even called former soldiers to contribute at the Foxconn's plant. The Foxconn plant is one of the most crucial, and it's extremely important for Apple as it manufactures an estimated 4 in 5 of its latest generation headsets and the vast majority of the highest-end iPhone 14 Pro units. Apple has already warned of disruption to its iPhone production just ahead of the peak holiday season as well. And for more on this, our correspondent Patrick Falk is joining us live from Beijing. Hi, Patrick. Now, this is not the first time that hundreds of workers are protesting at Foxconn's iPhone factory. My question to you is that what exactly are fueling these demonstrations?
Just first of all, I'm talking to you from Hong Kong, but you said it there a moment ago. It's over unpaid wages. Specifically, if you remember, previously, when factory workers complained about working conditions, they'd been lured to come back and continue working. They were offered lots of incentives, including bonuses. And what we're hearing from reports is that the workers are now angry that they're being told that the bonuses they were going to be paid are going to be paid later than was initially promised. So, previously we had a situation where lots of workers were fleeing the factory because of conditions. Now things have turned violent. We've been seeing live stream videos of people with sticks in their hands, smashing surveillance cameras, and one person in particular saying that Foxconn isn't treating us like human beings and confronting, as you say, people in hazmat suits who are reportedly police and carrying batons. So it does sound as though there is a chaotic situation going on at the plant in Zhengzhou, and also creates a lot of uncertainty. It's created a further collective anger over COVID curbs being implemented in China.
Right, Patrick. Now, one of the major reasons why these workers are fleeing the factory is the strict COVID-19 policy. How do you assess China's stringent zero COVID-19 policy hampering the Chinese businesses as of now?
Well, look, anything that anyone says is really a bit of a guess. I mean, the outlook is entirely uncertain, and authorities do seem to be flip-flopping on whether or not to make adjustments and ease the zero COVID policy or refine it, as they say. Or we've got a situation now where there are 30,000 cases nearly reported today, and lots of different parts of the country are going under strict lockdown. Nomura estimates that the places under a lockdown right now account for 20% of China's GDP. So, of course, the outlook is gloomy, but how it turns out in the long run is very uncertain.
Right, and going forward, do you think this incident will dent China's image as a global manufacturing hub?
Well, I think a lot of experts have already weighed in on that to say, yes, this is going to make people reconsider their supply chains and look for alternatives. A lot of people talk about Vietnam benefiting from that. Of course, Apple, as we know, is moving a lot of its production also to India. So part of this is certainly COVID related, but part of it also due to geopolitical tensions as well. There are lots of factors involved here, but I mean, right now, when we see situations like this go on, it makes it very difficult for companies not to make other plans going forward.
Right, Patrick, my last question to you. How are these demonstrations going to impact sale of Apple products just before the start of the annual Christmas and New Year shopping?
Well, you mentioned some of the data there just now. This Apple plant produces, as far as we understand, 70% of all Apple products, and in particular 80% of the iPhone 4 production comes out of the Zhengzhou plant. So as you can imagine, right now the capacity coming out of the plant is not at the sort of maximum level it should be. We're told that it's been reduced by about 30%. And then of course you've got this fresh unrest, and that creates more uncertainty right ahead of the Christmas holiday. So it's very hard to say just how much of an issue this is going to be for Apple, but certainly it is going to create a lot of headache in the lead up to what is a key shopping period for consumers.
Right. Thank you, Patrick, for joining us live from Hong Kong. Thanks very much.